The French Revolution, spanning from 1789 to 1799, was a period of radical social and political upheaval in France. It overthrew centuries-old traditions and institutions, reshaping French society. Economic grievances, social inequalities, and Enlightenment ideals fueled the revolution. The common people bore the brunt of financial crises through oppressive taxation. Enlightenment thinkers like John Locke and Jean-Jacques Rousseau inspired a desire for liberty and equality. The revolution saw the rise and fall of iconic figures, from Louis XVI to Robespierre. Its legacy continues to shape our world, reminding us of the power of the people. France's financial woes in the late 18th century played a crucial role in igniting the revolution. Extravagant spending and costly wars had driven the nation deep into debt. The taxation system was flawed, with the clergy and nobility largely exempt from taxes. The peasantry and urban working class faced crushing taxes on essential goods. Inflation soared, unemployment rose, and popular discontent grew. King Louis XVI attempted financial reforms but faced fierce resistance from the privileged classes. The stage was set for a showdown between the monarchy and the people. French society on the eve of the revolution was rigidly hierarchical and riddled with inequalities. The social structure was divided into three distinct estates, each with its own set of privileges and burdens. The first estate, comprising the clergy, and the second estate, the nobility, enjoyed vast privileges. They were exempt from many taxes and had significant influence over the monarchy and government policies. The third estate, encompassing the majority of the population, bore the brunt of taxation and had little say in government. This estate included everyone from wealthy merchants to the poorest peasants, creating a wide disparity within the group itself. The peasantry faced harsh conditions, feudal dues, and rising food prices. Many peasants were bound to the land and had to pay rent and taxes to their landlords, leaving them with barely enough to survive. Urban workers toiled for meager wages in difficult conditions. Artisans and laborers in cities faced long hours, low pay, and the constant threat of unemployment, making their lives precarious and unstable. Enlightenment ideals resonated deeply with the Third Estate, yearning for a fairer system. Philosophers like Voltaire, Rousseau, and Montesquieu inspired thoughts of liberty, equality, and fraternity, which spread rapidly among the common people. The stark inequalities and financial crisis created a tinderbox of resentment. The government's financial mismanagement, coupled with poor harvests and rising bread prices, led to widespread discontent and frequent protests. The storming of the Bastille in 1789 ignited the revolution. This dramatic event symbolized the people's uprising against tyranny and marked the beginning of a new era in French history. The Enlightenment, a powerful intellectual movement, played a significant role in shaping the French Revolution. Thinkers like John Locke and Jean-Jacques Rousseau emphasized reason, individual rights, and government accountability. Their ideas found fertile ground in France, critiquing absolutism and the privileges of the nobility and the church. The Enlightenment fostered critical thinking and a belief in progress through reason and reform. It inspired a new generation of French citizens to question the existing social and political order. The Enlightenment's emphasis on individual rights and popular sovereignty provided the intellectual framework for the revolution. The storming of the Bastille on July 14, 1789, was a defining moment in the French Revolution. The Bastille, a fortress in Paris, symbolized royal authority and oppression. Amidst financial crisis and rumors of royal troops, Parisians armed themselves. A large crowd marched on the Bastille, seeking weapons. The governor refused to surrender, and the crowd stormed the fortress. The fall of the Bastille marked the collapse of royal authority in Paris. It emboldened revolutionaries and signaled the start of a new era. The Reign of Terror, from September 1793 to July 1794, was a period of extreme violence and mass executions. This dark chapter in French history saw the rise of radical measures to protect the revolution from perceived enemies, both within and outside the nation. Following the execution of Louis XVI, France faced internal divisions and external threats. The power vacuum left by the king's death led to fierce struggles among various factions, each vying for control and influence over the future of the nation. The Committee of Public Safety, led by Robespierre, assumed near-dictatorial powers. This committee was tasked with safeguarding the revolution, but its methods were often brutal and uncompromising, leading to widespread fear. Revolutionary tribunals tried suspected enemies with little due process. These courts were notorious for their swift and often unjust verdicts, condemning many to death on flimsy evidence or mere suspicion. Thousands were guillotined, creating a climate of fear and suspicion. Public executions became a grim spectacle, with citizens watching in horror as their neighbors, friends, and even family members were led to their deaths. The Reign of Terror claimed an estimated 17,000 lives. The sheer scale of the executions left a lasting scar on the French populace, with mass graves and lists of the dead serving as somber reminders of the period's brutality. In July 1794, Robespierre was overthrown and executed, ending the Terror. His fall marked the collapse of the radical phase of the revolution, as the people and remaining leaders sought to restore some semblance of order and justice. The Reign of Terror remains a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked power. It serves as a historical lesson on how the pursuit of ideological purity and security can lead to devastating consequences, altering the course of a nation forever. King Louis XVI and Queen Marie Antoinette played pivotal roles in the revolution. Their reign was marked by financial mismanagement and political indecisiveness. Louis XVI's attempts to address challenges were characterized by missteps. Marie Antoinette's lavish lifestyle made her a target of popular resentment. The royal family was forced to relocate to Paris, becoming prisoners of the revolution. In 1792, the monarchy was abolished, and Louis XVI was executed in January 1793. Marie Antoinette met a similar fate in October, marking the end of the French monarchy. Maximilien Robespierre, known as the Incorruptible, was a key figure in the French Revolution. His unwavering dedication to his principles earned him both admiration and fear. A fervent advocate for democracy and social justice, he is also remembered for his role in the Reign of Terror. This period saw mass executions and widespread paranoia, as Robespierre sought to purge France of its enemies. Robespierre rose to prominence as a gifted orator and defender of the poor. His speeches inspired many, and his vision for a republic of virtue resonated with the masses. As a member of the Committee of Public Safety, he believed terror was necessary to create a virtuous republic. He argued that without severe measures, the revolution would fail and tyranny would return. Revolutionary tribunals executed thousands under his leadership. These tribunals were swift and often brutal, with little room for mercy or forgiveness. Robespierre's extremism led to his downfall in July 1794. His former allies turned against him, fearing his growing power and the relentless bloodshed. He was arrested and executed, ending the Terror. His death marked a turning point, as France began to move away from the radicalism that had defined his rule. Robespierre's legacy remains deeply contested, highlighting the complexities of revolution. Some view him as a hero who fought for justice, while others see him as a tyrant who betrayed the very ideals he professed to uphold. The French Revolution left an indelible mark on France and the world. It abolished the absolute monarchy and established the First French Republic. The Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen proclaimed fundamental rights. The revolution shattered the feudal system and weakened the power of the nobility and the church. It inspired new forms of art, literature, and music reflecting revolutionary ideals. The revolution's impact extended beyond France, inspiring revolutions and reform movements. Its ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity continue to inspire struggles for justice worldwide. The French Revolution continues to fascinate and inspire us today. It serves as a reminder of the power of ideas to reshape societies. The revolution's legacy is complex, marked by both progress and setbacks. It shattered the old order and ushered in democratic aspirations and human rights. The revolution teaches us that change is possible, even against great odds. It reminds us that the pursuit of liberty and equality is an ongoing struggle. Let us draw inspiration from its ideals and strive to create a world where liberty, equality, and fraternity are lived realities for all.